Good morning, everybody, and welcome to, I guess this is week 7 of my journalism courses classes I've been offering you guys as we roll on through a couple more weeks of school. For the seniors that are watching this, hey, congratulations. I guess you don't have to do your work. I don't know if you were going to do it anyway, but good luck when you go up to the school in the next couple of weeks and as you move forward and do all your great things in the future. For those of us that are still knocking out a couple more weeks worth of work, just noticed we had a slight change in venue. I decided it's so nice outside today that I decided to go ahead and do my video from out by one of my favorite places, back by my fire pit. I got my fire pits right behind me, over that way. Kind of see a little bit, there's my hammock that we got. Mrs. Blackburn and I spent a lot of time over this past weekend, or actually since we've been out of school, really doing a lot of work in our yard, getting our yard looking really tip-top. So we've been spending some time out here. So I figured it'd be nice. It's nice weather out here. The dog, he's running around over there chewing on a stick. So I figured I would just enjoy this wonderful weather. It's really been one of the nice days we've had since we've been out of school. So anyway, this week's assignment is going to be really super easy. All I'm asking you guys to do is a 7-paragraph news story on what you did for Memorial Day yesterday. So 7 paragraphs, just to kind of go over that really quick. You can't quote yourself on it. It needs to be in third person. Need to use first and last names, even though you're talking about people in your family. So if you're talking about something that you did with your parents, you'd want to quote them. With your siblings, whoever was there. I'm sure you were there with more than one person to try to get 2 quotes from 2 different people. Again, I'm going to say this slowly so that you guys can, if you need to jot this down, 7-paragraph news story is the lead. All right. You can go back and check your notes or just go ahead and Google what a lead is. All right. A lead. 2nd paragraph is a fact. 3rd paragraph is a fact. The 4th paragraph is a quote, which then goes back and supports those 2 facts. Either one of those first 2 facts. Your most important fact, your second most important fact, you have your quote that supports those 2 facts. Following that, we have a 3rd fact, a quote then that supports that 3rd fact, and then finally we have our conclusion. Remember that these aren't like regular paragraphs like when we're in regular English class where you're doing 5 to 7 sentences. These are only 2, not just 1, 2 to 3 to 4 sentences in length for each paragraph. You're not just writing down 1 sentence for that paragraph. Okay? So we're going to go lead. Remember, our lead is no more than 35 words. It contains the who, what, where, when, why of the story. Remember, when we're writing it, we want to make sure that we just don't say yesterday. We say Monday, May 25th, 2020. You just don't see, you see Memorial Day, Monday, May 25th, 2020. You don't know which day it is as part of the, that Memorial Day was. So you want to make sure that you state that within your story. For example, if I was going to be talking about what we did, I wouldn't say I, because I'm writing in 3rd person. I would say Tony and Kelly Blackburn celebrated Memorial Day on Monday, May 25th, 2020, by spending the day with their children, Andrew and Michaela Blackburn, period. I mean, obviously there'll be more to it because I didn't do all of them, but I just wanted to give you that idea that this is what we're doing with our 7-paragraph news story. All right, that we're just not going to give, 1 sentence here, 1 sentence there. We have to make sure we're not going to say I did this or my mom did this. All right, that we're going to go ahead and define who these people are. Now, you could say John Smith's mother, Mary Smith, but you need to make sure that we're just not saying I and me and she, things like that. Okay? All right. And that's really it. And I'm going to put it right. All you have to do is write the 7-paragraph news story. It'll be one of the questions on your Google form. So all you got to do is write it right in there. You don't have to download anything. You don't have to do anything other than that. Obviously, you're going to have your standard question, first name, last name, which class you're in, and then that'll be it. Then the next thing will just be the Google form that you answer that question with, and then we'll go from there. Okay, and then the next week is our last assignment, then we're done. Okay? So We talked a little bit more. I reached out to you guys. I hope some of you guys utilize Mr. Brooks. If you're feeling down, you got any situations going on, he's a great guy, a great resource. Even when we come back to school next year, if you find yourself in a situation, just come ask me. I can get you set up with him. He's a really good guy. Like I told you before, if he doesn't have the answer to something, he can probably point you in the right direction. All right. So we have Mr. Brooks, and I just kind of wanted to go through. We had talked about my Instapot air fryer. So I made crack chicken in that thing, and I'll be honest with you, it was kind of bland. It's supposed to have ranch. It was like chicken breast, cream cheese, matzo, and then you had to cook it all up to put that together, rip the chicken apart so it's sort of shredded, and then after that I mixed in ranch dressing and cheddar cheese to make it all come together. I made some fries and put it over top of fries. I would try it over nachos next time, but my other thing I'm going to do with it is it tasted bland to me. So I think next time, instead of ranch dressing, my substitution is going to be, because it's an old go-to for me, Old Bay. So I kind of make it like an Old Bay chicken fries type thing. I think I might do that. Probably, I got to give it like a couple of weeks. We don't want to keep eating that same thing. But that's what we did. A lot of great things that you guys shared with me. A lot of the same type of ideas. Chicken wings in there. Like I said, I feel like I nailed the chicken wings when I did those. And we're starting to use, it's almost like we're having French fries as more of a snack because of just pop them in that air fryer. 12 minutes, I flip them around a little bit. Bing, bang, boom, they're good to go. Somebody said make a grilled cheese sandwich with mac and cheese instead of just regular grilled cheese. That sounds phenomenal. I'll have to check that one out. Undercook, overcook. Look, I'm going to tell you the truth. Some people like to talk about how they struggle some. I struggle some with cooking too, all right? But I just feel like if you just kind of follow directions and use common sense, right? Chicken is a hard one because chicken is hard to tell. And you don't want to eat chicken when it's not cooked enough. Get yourself sick that way. So I understand we could undercook the chicken. And then if you are cooking chicken, you overcook it because you don't want to undercook it because you don't want to get... I understand it's a vicious cycle. But, it's a good one to go with. But that's why I like hamburgers on, cooking on the grill, hamburger, stuff like that. Hamburgers are a good one to go with because you can't really go wrong with it. Or hot dogs. That's what we had last night. We had hot dogs on the open grill. All right? On the fire pit. Because my kids, I'm pointing over here, right over there, we had set a tent up for my kids, and they camped out last night. So, all right. Your uncle uses it. Your uncle sounds like a smart man. Chicken noodle soup. I know Mrs. Blackburn is anxious to do that, and I have to make sure that we tell her about using the flat noodles, because I know she was talking about how she wanted to do that. I see that somebody got their mom an air fryer for Mother's Day. That's a tough one because it's almost like getting your mom a vacuum cleaner or something. Like, here, Mom, here's a gift for Mother's Day that you can then use to cook for us. Like, it's almost like giving your mom more work because you always got to be careful with those Mother's Day gifts. I hope she appreciated it. I hope you could sell it on the fact that, hey, you know what? We're trying to give you something to give you less work to do. Spare ribs in the fire. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I slow cook my ribs. All right? I put them on about 250 on my grill. I put McCormick spice rub on it. It's a barbecue rub. I put that on there. Then I slow cook them for 3 hours on about 250 indirect heat. Oh my God, the brown sugar starts crusting up. Right towards the end, with about 15 minutes to go, I jack that temperature up to give it a nice crust on it. That's my daughter's favorite meal. I'll cook those up before we go tailgating, then wrap them up, take them with me, heat them up at the place, slice up a rack of ribs. Oh, love cooking ribs. So I don't know how I'd feel about cooking ribs in the Instapot, but we'll have to see if I get desperate one time. All right, that's all I really have for you guys for this week. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you're able to get outside, maintain your distances and all that stuff, but I hope you're able to get outside, enjoy this weather. That's true what they're talking about, how, the being outdoors, getting sunshine, being active, those types of things. Don't sit in your room and play video games all day. Don't sit on your phone all day and get yourself all wrapped up and how many times you got a like on Instagram or who's Snapchatting who and all that stuff. Don't get caught up in that. Go outside, enjoy the fresh air, go take a walk. All right? I hope everybody's doing good. Take care of yourselves. Don't do dumb things. And we will talk again next Tuesday. All right, bye-bye.